Now, this is not necessarily a calculator as much as it is an observation tool. What I put this out here simply because if you have information about your portfolio, all you really need to have is your rate of return and your historical standard deviation, and you can plug it in here. So regardless if you use my personal austerity calculator, my maximum tolerable downside calculator, or used my snapshot or your current performance calculator, if you have that information, plug it in here. So again, I'll use the $100,000 amount of money, and then I'll put in a rate of return. So let's say that you have a historical rate of return of, let's say, maybe 8, and a standard deviation of 12. What does that mean? I mean, most advisors just don't come clean and say, this is what that portfolio that I recommended to you, has embedded in it. This is the risk. This is the upside, potential based on historical data. This is the downside potential based on historical data. This is the probability of a loss over the next 12 months based on what I'm recommending to you and historical data. Most people just don't do that, but we're doing it. So go ahead and plug that information in here. And remember, you always want to look over at least a 7 to 10 year time horizon. Sometimes advisors will show you shorter time periods. It's not statistically relevant. Don't buy it, don't accept it. Look at a 7 to 10 year time period. That's what modern portfolio theory says. You can look it up. That's an award that was given in 1990 called Modern Portfolio Theory. It was Merton, Sharp, and Merkowitz won it. And what it says is you can't look at portfolios too short, you can't look at portfolios too long. That's a key thing to remember. So you just click this button and it'll tell you that that portfolio, wherever you got those numbers from, if it had a rate of return of 8 and a standard deviation of 12, it's just not efficient. What do I mean by that? You want your variance drag phantom tax to be about 0.7, 0.8 or lower. You want your Sharpe ratio to be above 0.5 at least, but you like it to be around 0.8. And what this portfolio says is you have a 95% chance that the range of returns will be between minus 16 and plus 32. And you have a 25% chance over the next 12 months of losing money. That's what it says. So as you look at the side-by-side comparison portfolio calculator, you'll see how you can just compare one side-by-side to the other. So these, again, are just little tools to help you get perspective and understand what you have. If you don't like what you have, you don't like the probability of a loss, you don't like the amount of money at risk over the next 12 months, you don't like the range of returns, then maybe we should talk. But go ahead and plug in your numbers.